Morning all, and welcome to the channel. Today we parked in Swindale, which isn't actually that far as the crow flies from where we were last week. And we're going to walk up the valley. Unfortunately there's no parking at the head of the valley, so it's about 1.5 miles along the road, and then we've got to do that on the return as well. But it's not a great issue, it's a quiet lane. And from there we head up Mosedale, and then we're going to have a look at Wrengill Quarry. That could be interesting though. I don't know if we're going to make it because we'd have to cross Wrengill, and with all the rain we've had recently I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. But from there we go up to Branstree and then across to Selside Pike, and we're going to take in Howe before heading back down the old Corpse Road and back along the lane in Swindale. So let's take a quick look at today's route. We've set off along Swindale Lane, and the first issue of the day has become apparent. Turned my GPS on, I've forgotten to load the route into it. Ah dear, shouldn't be an issue, I've been here a couple of times before. The paths are fairly straightforward. So we'll see how we get on. If you don't hear from me again, I'm lost in the hills somewhere. Anyway, we'll carry on and see how the day goes. So here's an early waterfall for us. We're making good progress up Swindale Lane. I don't know if you can make out behind me the waterfall at the head of the valley that we go up beside, and the hills at the moment behind it are clagged in, but that is forecast to clear up as the morning goes on, and then it should be a decent day, and there's no rain forecast until late afternoon, early evening. So we'll carry on up the lane and then we'll veer off into the fields and up by the side of that waterfall. We'll see you in a bit. We've come to the end of the lane and we've passed through Swindale Head Farm, and we're now on the open fell sides, and we've not got lost yet, so that's a good sign. Hopefully that'll continue. I don't know what it's going to be like trying to get across Wrengill. All the streams and rivers are absolutely heaving. So we'll carry on. We might have to turn around once we get there and come back and straight up Branstree. So anyway, we'll carry on. See you in a bit. We're on a nice walled lane now, and we can see back down Swindale, and then right round up there's the lane we're following, and up to that waterfall. There's no signs of this clag clearing as yet. Let's hope the forecast's right. We've pretty much reached the head of Swindale, and I've been feeding you duff info. It didn't look right as I was saying it, but that waterfall there that I said we went up the side of, wrong, no we don't. Our waterfall is that one there, which looks much more spectacular. So we'll head on over that way. See the mounds at the top of Swindale Head now, which are a result of glacial activity. I think they're called drumlins. I may be wrong. Correct me if I am, please. And there, looking over Charlie, up to that waterfall. And we carry on up here before we veer off round to the left over to that waterfall. Hopefully get some good shots of that. So we'll carry on. We're at the waterfalls. I don't think you can hear me over the noise. Quite spectacular, quite a bit of water coming down. So we carry on up to the top into Mosedale, and when I've been in Mosedale before it's been wet at the best of times. So I don't know what it's going to be like today. But we're going to head off up there to the Bothy Mosedale cottage, and we'll stop there for a coffee. So we'll see you in a bit. Certainly spectacular, these waterfalls, which I'm not surprised after all the rain we've had. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. So we are just about to arrive at Mosedale Cottage. So we'll see you when we get in there for a coffee. arrived at Mosedale Cottage, and it's quite snug in here. It's grim outside, wind's picked up, there's no signs of that clag lifting at all, I don't think. So I don't think we're going to bother going down to Wrengill Quarry from here. They just, I think there's a fence line or a wall line. You turn right along that takes you straight up to the top of Branstree. So I think that's what we'll do. I don't fancy trying to get over Wrengill given the state of all the streams around here. And the quarry, with all this clag, it's not going to be very much to look at. I was hoping to get some nice shots down the quarry, but not in this, I don't think. So, see you, Charlie. So we'll have our coffee. Charlie's finished his chew, and we'll head off back out into the clag and the wind. So we'll just have our coffee. We're at one of the sighting pillars that was built for the construction of the Haweswater Aqueduct. Speaking of Haweswater, there are magnificent views behind me of the aforementioned. What a difference a week makes, eh? We had fantastic views from over the other side of Haweswater over here last week. This week can't see a thing. Although, for all I know, there could be herds of wildebeest galloping majestically across the plain. Who knows? So we've just got to get to the top of Branstree northeast top, which was one of the objectives for me for today. It's a Birkett, and the other one being Howe. There's two Wainwrights on the route: Branstree, which the main top, which we've just done, and then Selside Pike. So Charlie can tick off two of them. So we've got to get up now to the top of that northeast top, and then we head down to the invitingly named Captain Welter Bog. Great, can't wait for that. Then up to Selside and over to Howe. And I think there should be somewhere, it's Rowantree Crag I think it's known as well. I think I've been there before, and we should be able to get somewhere sheltered for a bite of lunch. So we'll see you in a bit. Bye for now. I was going to show you Selside Pike, which just appeared out of the gloom, and by the time I'd got my camera ready it had gone again, but it is there. It's the other side of Charlie. You come over here, Charlie, come over here. We've reached the top of Selside Pike, and I'd forgotten about this shelter being here, so we're going to have our lunch here. Charlie's had his already, doesn't last 2 seconds with him. There keeps being little breaks in the cloud. We just get fleeting glimpses every now and then, but I don't think it's going to clear much. I think this is pretty much it for the rest of the walk. We might get some views if we drop down a bit, but I'm not holding out any great hopes. So we're going to have butties and coffee, and it's a bit windy up here. You're vibrating a bit in the, but yeah, we'll have our lunch in this shelter, and then it's Howe next, and that's a little lower, so we might get some views over Haweswater from there. So we'll see. So anyway, butty time. We didn't hang around for lunch, it was getting bloody cold up there. So we've dropped down off the summit of Selside Pike. And we've got some views now. You can see down there the waterfalls that we passed this morning. And if we look down there, down Swindale, where we're going to end up again. So we're heading off over to our left over here to Howe, which I think might be over there. It's camera's getting blown about all over the place with this wind. And then we pick up what's called the Old Corpse Road. I think I called it the Old Coach Road earlier. The Old Corpse Road, which takes us down that ridge and back down to Swindale Head Farm, and then it's back along the road back to the car. So we'll get down out of this wind. We've made it to the top of Brown Howe in a howling gale. Hope you can hear me over it. And I was wrong about the herds of wildebeests earlier. It is, I'm afraid, just hot water, which you can see a glimpse of down there. We've reached the point where the Old Corpse Road drops down off the hillside and down towards Swindale Head Farm, with a nice little waterfall behind us. So we'll carry on down to Swindale Head Farm now and back along the road. Nice view looking down Swindale, and I believe this route is called the Old Corpse Road because before there was consecrated ground in Mardale, it's the route they used to use to take coffins for burial at Shap Abbey. So I believe, anyway. If I'm wrong, let me know. We've just come through Swindale Head Farm and we're on the road back to the car now. So I'm going to sign off here, I think. There's not going to be much to see along here. It's been an interesting day. Shame about the clag on the top. I'm just glad to be out of that wind. That's about the only thing that they got right of the forecast, was the wind. It was good to see Mosedale Cottage. About 20 years since I was last there. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, share it if you wish, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.